Alamo who will know what to do with it.
Okay. Hey,
and then I'll find out what's the best way and place to send the information you're going to be working on putting together, and I'll get back with you.
Like I said, you're welcome to come anytime you want to. You're welcome to come down here and talk to me personally. You can stay at my home if you want to. You're welcome to come here if you want to, anytime you want to, Don.
Well, you're welcome to come over here. You know, we have church here in Fort Smith.
I would love to, but see, until you check out this deal and do this deal, I don't want you to think I'm trying to get in and bust you guys. You see what I'm saying?
Right.
Because of my ex-government involvement and stuff. Like one fellow I talked to recently, he was kind of afraid of me. He said, well, you work for the government in all these different capacities and stuff. How do I know that you still don't work for the government?
Yeah.
Well, if I still work for the government, I wouldn't have been in jail for 91 days for my son's case, but they dropped the charges against me because I told them when they took me to court, I was going to tell everything I knew about Oklahoma and the World Trade Center attack in Waco. So they dropped the charges against me, Don. You see what I'm saying?
Right.
They framed my son, but they had me charged with the same stuff they had him charged with, which was all bogus stuff. So they took him to court first. When they took him to court and convicted him with no real evidence, just hearsay knowledge of patsies for the government, I took it serious, and I had just had an appointed attorney, but I took it serious, and I called the Secret Service up and told them I was going to tell everything I knew about Clinton, about Oklahoma, about Waco, about the World Trade Center. I told them I was going to tell everything I knew, and they told me I wasn't going to court. They could promise me I wasn't going to court, but they didn't say that they were going to drop the charges against me. I thought they were going to kill me, to tell you the truth. But they promised me I wasn't going to court. And my lawyer, we went the wrong day, the wrong time, went to court. They dropped all the charges against me, Don.
Yeah.
Because they didn't want me to get in front of a jury and a judge and tell what I told them. No matter what they asked me, I was going to tell them about what was happening.
Right.
You know, and that's the whole story anyway. But, hey, a pleasure talking to you. I'm going to start getting this stuff together, but I'm going to just drop a little letter in the mail.
Okay, great.
And Pastor Alamo.
And I can guarantee you Pastor Alamo will know what to do because, you know, there's been several times before in the past in the history of the ministry where similar things have happened. Government agents infiltrated the church, and then they actually got saved. They saw that we were legitimate.
What I'm saying,
Pastor Alamo preached the gospel and told people the truth.
Obviously, he's a serious person, you know what I'm saying? And like I said, when I talked to people down there about him in Alma, I couldn't find any. I only found one person that had something bad to say with him, and that was a town person who probably might not have even been a Christian, you know what I'm saying?
He probably wasn't. If it was the mayor or anybody there, we were in the process of suing them for violating our civil rights because they were arresting people for distributing gospel literature, and we won the suit and went all the way to the U.S. Supreme Court.
I didn't even realize that.
Yeah.
That you had a lawsuit over there. Hey, it's been a pleasure talking to you, Don. Like I said, I'm going to try to gather up some information. You stay in contact with me. I'm going to just drop a little letter in the mail to you, but I'm going to drop more later. But in case something happens, you'll at least have a little bit of it. And like I said, you're smart enough and your organization can check into this stuff and find out what's really happening.
Okay.
I'm willing to take a polygraph test or submit to any kind of interrogation you want, man.
Right.
This is not a joke, and the FBI is taking it so serious. They gave, when I went down a few weeks ago, well, they came here to my house and scared the hell out of my wife. They're great big guys with 10-millimeter pistols, you know, in suits on.
Yeah.
Come up the driveway, and my wife said, well, someone's coming to see you. And I looked out the window, and she said, well, who's that? And I said, well, I don't know him personally, but it's the FBI. And she said, well, how do you know that? I said, well, after working with the government for many years, I can kind of tell. And she said, you don't know him personally? I said, no. She said, well, I need to go to the store. I said, well, don't go to the store right now because they will probably shoot you and kill you if you jump and get in the car and take off. I said, wait till they come in. We'll talk to them for a while. So when they introduced me, I opened the door when they got there. They had their suits open with their big weapons showing and stuff. And anyway, I invited them in and told them to come in. I'm welcome to talk to them. And I told them, this is my wife. We've been married for 1 year. She knows I don't tell her anything. She knows zero about what I'm involved in, about my government involvement. She wants to go to the store. I said, you can take her down and torture her all night long. And this I was making a joke with them. I said, you can torture her all night long and she won't tell you anything because she doesn't know anything. And I said, can she leave right now? And they said, sure, we'd like that. Are you there?
Yes.
Okay, and I said, you know, I was just making a joke out of it. You know, but I told them, let them know on the front end that she didn't know anything and I didn't tell her anything. The only thing she knows is what she hears me talking about on the phone to federal agents and things while I've worked with them and over the years and stuff. You know what I mean? I don't go out of my business to tell her things like I'm telling you, because to tell you the truth, it scares the hell out of her. It scares her really, really bad. You know, and she's concerned about her 2 children and her grandchildren and something happened to them just because they know me, which could happen, Don.
Right.
Bad thing about it. But anyway, I really appreciate you and your ministry and Pastor Alamo, and thank you very much for listening to me. I look forward to more contact with you and your ministry. Like I said, I don't have much money now. If I did, I'd send you some. But if you can ever write a book or do a movie or make any money about this, you're welcome to make as much money as you can out of it. You know what I'm saying? But at least you're getting the truth out and doing the right thing and doing what God would have you to do, sir.
Well, that's the important thing, and that's
God for you.
You know, and that's the best protection you can get too.
I agree.
You know, is to get the truth out and expose things.
I agree with you wholeheartedly, Don. And thank you very much for you and your ministry.
Thank you very much for your time, and I'll
appreciate your time and trouble, because obviously you're a professional person, and your time is probably a lot more valuable than mine.
Well, I don't know about that, but, you know, it's all of our time is valuable when we're doing something for the Lord, you know. Pardon me?
How old are you?
I'm 52.
Well, that really, you don't sound like it. But anyway, I'm 54. But I mean, you know, like Minnie Pearl said, if I knowed I was going to live this long, I would have took a lot better care of myself, Don.
Right.
But I mean, I lose a whole lot of sleep over my son's case, knowing that if I had to work undercover for the government, trying to do the right thing and trying to put the bad people in jail, that they wouldn't have framed him. You know what I'm saying? I lose a whole lot of sleep over that, Don. And it's a pleasure talking to you, sir, and thank you very much for you and your ministry.
Thank you very much, Mr. Peeler, and I'll get back with you on where to send this stuff, and we'll see what can be done to help out. Let people know these things and to help your son out, too.
Hey, thank you very much. God bless you.
Okay, praise the Lord. God bless you.
Bye-bye.
Bye.